Hello everyone, what is going on T-Bomber? Today I wanted to talk a little bit more about Destiny 2 and some more information that has been coming out, some stuff that I missed in my last video. If you guys didn't know, my last video was pretty much a breakdown of everything new that we learned from the reveal event, what all is coming in Destiny 2 and things like that, some smaller changes to PvP, subclasses, all that kind of stuff. But there is more and more info coming out. And so today I want to talk about the pros as well as the cons. We're going to start with the pros because that's just how this works. We want to focus on the positives first and then the negatives at the end of the video. So first off, some info that we're hearing now is that sticky grenades are back on at least one subclass in Destiny 2, that subclass being the Dawnblade subclass, the subclass that is essentially replacing Sunsinger. That is the theory, at least. We now believe, or everyone now believes, not just me, but the community as a whole now believes that Dawnblade is just entirely going to replace Sunsinger. We're not going to have Sunsinger in the game anymore. It's just going to be Dawnblade. Same with Defender. The Sentinel Titan that we saw in the reveal trailer is actually just going to entirely replace the Defender Titan bubble, and it's actually going to be a roaming super, and that is part of Bungie's efforts to make all supers into a roaming super, which is very interesting because that means Nova Bomb is going to also be a roaming super, and potentially Shadow Shot or Night Stalker is also going to have some form of a roaming super. That's going to be really interesting to see what they do with those two subclasses, and Stormcaller as well. I want to see what they're going to do with that. But it seems that those are being entirely replaced. Obviously, we heard about Blade Dancer being changed into I'm spacing the name of the actual subclass now, but it's pretty much the same as Blade Dancer, just with a changed name and a little bit different things in the subclass trees. Not too different though, but we believe now that those subclasses are getting entirely replaced, so that we can have a more uniform game in terms of roaming supers and subclass trees and all that kind of stuff. So I do actually like that. Another pro is that sticky grenades will be returning. I don't know if I mentioned that earlier in the video before I went off on the subclass tangent, but yes, sticky grenades are returning. We know that for a fact that they are on the Dawnblade subclass, the subclass that's replacing Sunsinger. We know that they're on that subclass, the fusion grenades. But what we have heard from people who played at the event is that they are no longer a one-hit kill. I think they still have the same amount of tracking as they do in Destiny 1, but they are not a one-hit kill anymore. I believe they take away either half or 3/4 of your health or something along those lines. And that is in line with universal grenade nerfs. Pretty much every grenade has been nerfed a little bit, and honestly, from watching the gameplay, maybe it was just because I watched a lot of submachine gun gameplay, and maybe submachine guns are a little weak right now. Maybe auto rifles are a little weak right now in terms of the meta of Destiny 2. But even when I watched hand cannon gameplay, it felt like the kill time was actually longer. It felt like some people were actually taking 4 shots to kill with certain hand cannons, even with headshots, and it just felt like the kill time was longer, which I'm definitely not opposed to, and I definitely think that having neutered grenades will make the game a lot more skill-based, and I'm looking forward to that. Obviously, you guys know how I feel about sticky grenades. Not a huge fan. So yeah, I mean, anything to not have sticky grenades, I'm usually just fine with. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the additional pros. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I heard. I don't believe that there is. I've been told though that the balance is actually extremely good in terms of the weapons. And so let's get into the cons now. I do want to kind of talk about more of the bad stuff that is going on in Destiny 2, because there is some stuff that I would prefer to be changed that we know now is coming. First of all, let's talk about specs and just how the game runs. It has now been confirmed 100%, I believe, that console Destiny will not be 60 frames per second. If you guys don't know anything about frames per second, Basically, all you need to know is this: Halo and Call of Duty and Overwatch and all those kind of high level games that are super popular and have competitive scenes, those are all 60 frames per second. Destiny is 30 frames per second, and what that means is that the refresh on your frames every second, it means you're getting 30 frames every single second, whereas 60 frames every single second. So basically, the only difference is the game looks a lot smoother at 60 frames per second than it does at 30 frames per second. And there's also some issues with internet connection and lag and things like that, where, obviously 60 frames per second games have a tendency to run better. You don't get as many trades and things like that like you get in Destiny. You'll shoot each other at the same time oftentimes, and just trade. You don't get that as much in 60 frames per second games, as well as just games with better connections in general. And I want to also talk about connection, because it has also been confirmed that there will not be dedicated servers for Destiny. Now, we don't know about PC Destiny. By the way, I want to clarify for those of you who are getting Destiny 2 on PC, it is coming out on PC, and it has 4K support for all consoles, including PlayStation 4 Pro. So you can play it in 4K resolution, and you can also play it on uncapped frame rate with 4K resolution on PC. So 60 like a 60 to 100 FPS Destiny on PC with 4K resolution. That's gonna look so good, and believe me, I am jealous as a console player of Destiny, but we'll get through it. So yeah, PC definitely does that have that going for it, and also PC is being run by Blizzard. If you guys didn't know that, Blizzard is going to be selling the PC version of Destiny through Battle.net exclusively, and it's going to be run on Blizzard servers. Blizzard servers are notoriously really good. I don't know if that means that, actually, let me rephrase that. Blizzard is running the game on the PC side. We don't know if they're using Blizzard servers. It could still be a P2P connection thing. If you guys don't know what P2P is, it's where one person, or one console, one PC, one whatever, hosts the game, and it connects out to all the other consoles or players in the game. So basically, it's using your home console or other people's home consoles to run the entire lobby, which can provide a lot of connection issues. It is what Destiny 1 ran on. Dedicated servers is what everyone wants for games, and most people believe that it does provide overall better connection quality. And so we do not have that going into Destiny 2, unfortunately. We don't know if that's going to be on PC or just in general, but either way, it's kind of bad news. So yeah, that's another con. Moving on again. Let's see, what's another con here? Oh, there was a lot, and I'm trying to stay positive about it, but sometimes I just can't remember some of them. Oh yeah, there is a big one that I should mention. There will not be private matches in Destiny 2 on launch. That was one of the most disappointing things for me when I heard that. And quite frankly, it just doesn't make sense. I mean, like, obviously, you guys know they added in private matches to Destiny 1 fairly recently, like, just a couple of months ago. And they just added them in. So, I don't know, like I said, I don't know the ins and outs of game development, but it seems odd to me that they were able to add in private matches to Destiny 1, and yet they will not have them on launch in Destiny 2. That just didn't really make much sense to me. I don't know why that's happening, but it is definitely very disappointing. I love private matches, and obviously, if you guys didn't know, I am a little bit, not just a little bit, I am very competitive, and I do want to actually play Destiny competitively, or Destiny 2 competitively when it comes out especially, and without private matches, that's just going to be really difficult. It's going to be difficult for me anyways, because most people, the competitive scene for Destiny 2 will probably be on PC, since the game, like I said, it runs smoother. It's probably going to have Blizzard server support, so it's just going to be a lot better on PC, realistically. So all the competitive side of Destiny is going to be moving over to PC in all likelihood. And I do not have a PC as of yet, and I don't believe I'll be getting one for probably at least a year. I've got college to save up for, man. But yeah, that is unfortunate as well. No private matches. That's a big one. That's a huge one. But there is a quote-unquote surprise that they will be releasing at E3 this year. I'm hoping it's something cool, like a spectator mode or a theater mode or something of that nature. That would be cool. But, who knows? I'm probably forgetting some cons here. Honestly, I'm tired as hell. I've got work in the morning, and I'm not feeling the best. And I wanted to push this video out. I should have written everything down before doing this, but I just kind of wanted to get this out and kind of let you guys know a little bit of my thoughts on some of the not so good things that we do know now coming into Destiny. It's some of these are kind of some of these are disappointing, man. Like, the community wanted 60 FPS, they wanted private matches, they wanted all this stuff for Destiny 2, and a lot of it is turning out to not be happening. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video.